Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now it's time for your weekend tech tip, brought to you by Chevy Silverado.
First things first, I love the smell of shrimp right out of the jar. For whatever reason, it just hits, it's like you get a flashback, you know, a memory. Okay, it's fishing season, and we got some here. Now, like I mentioned already, when Cody was in here last, we were talking about how he likes to rig them. He was trying to go through his finger, and there was some confusion there, but we've got it all worked out. So we're going to utilize that Kershaw Tech Cam in this week's Chevy Silverado Tech Tip and give you an idea of the ways that he was explaining to rig these coonies up behind a diver.
You got it. So I have two different rigs set up here right now, one with the wire, one without. And I set it up this way because...
Fixed or sliding?
They're all sliding.
Okay.
So that wire will slide up and down. And all this is just spinner wire, the thinnest that you can get. And you bend the eye at 90 degrees and just put it above your top hook.
Gotcha. Back to the sliding or not, your hooks. Are they fixed?
Oh, sorry. Yes, they are fixed.
Okay.
And just like we talked about last time, size 2 hooks, 2 fingers apart.
Okay. 2, 2, and 2.
2, 2, 2, yep.
Okay.
2 size 2s, 2 fingers apart, no matter which rig you're doing, either one.
Gotcha.
And the reason why I have one with wire, one without, is because when you open up your jar of coon shrimp, you get some that are straight and some that are curled.
Right.
So I try not to mess with that too much. So let's start with the curled one here first, over here on the left. First of all, these two colors are probably the best colors that you can use on just about any system that you fish.
No argument there.
Old school watermelon,
all-time favorite.
green, white wings, I don't care what the water clarity is, that's the move. So starting out with the one without the wire, I use this on the shrimp that are perfectly curled out of the jar. And it's a really difficult way to rig this.
Okay.
This is going to blow your mind.
All right. Let's see how technical and
so let's see if I can get it on
how
the camera
advanced.
So on your coon shrimp here, where it curls, you're going to look at the high point right here, the highest point where it curls. And I take my hook and I try and put it, the hook point on your top hook, right in that highest point right there. I'll try and do it here on the camera for you. I'm trying to look at the camera and do it at the same time.
You just do you, she'll follow along.
All right, so right there at the high point, straight through. And then you can either go down towards the bottom or up towards the top, doesn't matter. Pull through, grab some meat. And the goal is to have your hook shank right in line with that high point.
Gotcha.
And the reason why is because that's going to try and help prevent your bait from flipping and spinning.
You know, you mentioned that. That was a question from one of our viewers, was why does he want it from not spinning? What is your thoughts on making sure that it just runs straight?
I have learned that the fish want it to run straight, and I don't ever argue with the fish.
No, okay. That's the best answer you can get.
Yeah, I've tried flipping, spinning, all sorts of stuff, and for whatever reason, these winter steelhead, they want it pretty straight. Okay. So that's it.
Okay. So now you got to break out your roll of stretchy string, and you got to stretch it in. You got to get your rubber bands.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All
done.
enough.
That's it. Just do it just like that. I mean, you could try and stretchy string it and do all that other stuff, but the reality is you're just going to burn through bait. That head is going to open up in that current. It's going to pop off, throw the shrimp off, get another one. Yeah. Just keep on getting fresh bait down there.
So spend the 5 seconds to put a hook on a new bait and call it good.
You got it. So that's it. It's just really that simple. Spin glow, couple of beads, another cork even, and one hook through the high point. That's it.
A length of leader and poundage that you like.
Length of leader, I'm running probably 4 to 5 foot on the behind the diver, and pound test, I'm just running 15. Okay. These fish really don't care even in clear water.
Gotcha.
And again, we're running coon shrimp even when there's wild fish around because they hit it like a plug. I've literally hooked and landed several hundred fish on coon shrimp. I've had one hatchery fish swallow it deep.
Right.
And everything else, and that was a recycle fish that took it down deep. Everything else, they hit it, and usually it's this back hook in the corner.
Gotcha.
I almost never get them on that front hook. It's always the back hook in the corner.
Front hook.
So they're swiping at it. You got it.
You got it. Okay. Now with the wired ones, a little bit different. You said that you like to use the wire when you have a shrimp that comes out of the jar that's already straight.
Yep, that's already straightened out. Sometimes you get them where they are cured up this way, and so that's how they lay. So it's hard to get them with that high point. So this wire here I haven't trimmed down yet. It's a little bit long, but I'm going to make do with it.
Okay. So if you were to do that with the wire cut down, you would just cut it, what, in half?
Yeah, you only need about 1.5 inches of the wire because the bait is only about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long.
Okay, gotcha.
So this
when you see the wire coming out the head here, just remember,
ignore it,
cut it off. Okay.
Yep, so all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to straighten shrimp, get it all lined up here, see if I can do it on the first try with this long piece of wire. Just go from the tail first. Come on, doctor. Just going to slide it on in here and try and get it so it goes into the head itself. Oh, yeah, look at that. First shot.
Perfect.
So the wire's in, the bait's straight.
Okay.
Now we're going to take our top hook again, and there are two places you can put that top hook in. You can either put it right here in the middle of the tail at that hard part, or what I like to do sometimes is put it between the tail and the head, and that keeps that exoskeleton down.
Keep it together a little bit, yeah.
You got it. So I will grab this here. We'll do it through the tail and the head.
Remembering, of course, everyone, these are fragile baits. You're going to pop a shell every so often and have to start over, but in the end, do it slow and easy and get it in there.
There we go. Just that simple. And here you can take some stretchy thread and put it over top of the belly of the hook and the head if you like, but this is really a very simple setup. Let's see if I can get it straightened out here for the camera. There you go.
God, that's just pretty. As simple as it is. I mean, I know that a lot of us, and myself included, make it harder than it really is, but it's not, you know, just get them on there where, and again, you're focusing on that, not spinning behind that spin glow.
Yep, I'd prefer it. I mean, if it does flip and spin a little bit,
It's okay a little bit with that one.
Don't go super type A on it, but if I can get them to run straight, that's the way I like them to sit.
And same length of leader and all that stuff?
Same on everything, yep.
Okay, so there you go. So there are the two ways that Cody likes to set up his coon shrimp. Certainly generated a lot of questions the last time that he was in here. But I can tell you right now, the simplicity of it is what you need to pay attention to, because it's not as hard as some might have made it out to be. And again, Cody said it perfectly. You're going to burn baits. It's a good thing. One, hopefully it's in fish, but it's also keeping your baits fresh each time that you rebait and get your gear back out there. Last question for this, Cody, because I know that you've talked about this a lot in your seminars and everything else. When you are actively fishing these, if you don't get bit, you go through a pass and your baits are still good, what do you do then? Do you like to just...
Fish them.
You're fishing them.
Yep, just let them keep hunting. These fish smell, what is it, 1 part per million or whatever?
Absolutely.
And I'll take some Procure. I'm sure you got some around here. Yeah, right there. That's the one right there. Get me that bad boy. Yep. A little bit of bait sauce, the shrimp. Just put a little bit of that somewhere onto the bait itself, not onto the spin glow.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay.
Simple.
So keep it simple, stupid. How about that?
You got it,
All right, so it makes perfect sense. It's obviously a very effective way to target steelhead. You upsize some of those hooks, same thing you can do. It looks just like what I would be back trolling in Oregon City if I was chasing springers.
Exactly.
Everything is just a little bit larger when you would do it. All right, very good, man. That's very simple.
Easy.
I mean, honestly, that it was a big question after you were here.
Hopefully this simplifies it.
It does. I mean, it just makes things a lot easier. We already talked about rod and reel combos, line counters, all that, soft rods, 8.5, 9 footers, whatever. Find what's comfortable for you. Distances that you like for your bait, I remember you mentioning in the 40s, 50s range.
Yeah, usually I'm running about 50 behind the boat. I've had to fish with guys fish them as tight as 30 and guys fishing as far as 80.
Okay.
For me, it's more about controlling the gear behind the boat, being able to put it in the spot where I want it. If you got too much line out, your gear's going everywhere. If it's too close, then it's gonna be snapping hard back and forth. So it's finding that middle ground.
How do you do?
Yeah, I mean, did great.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Do you do this a lot?
I do this every day. No, I don't.
He does not. That's
No,
an
I do for
absolute
springers.
lie.
I do for springers. I love this.
Okay.
But for steelhead, you know what? For me, I like to have guys hold the rods.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cast.
And he likes to get out of the boat and pull it upriver. And,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah. I gotta
taking
work
care
out a
of
little bit, you know.
Do you feed your guys, either one of you? I'm just kidding.
I do. I got the oven. You just said
That's right.
I got
In
the oven.
the brick oven.
Yeah,
He's got the brick oven.
Yeah, we do pizzas and all sorts of stuff. Breakfast burritos, cookies. Oh yeah.
I love it. Okay, man. All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, it's going to be Brandon's turn. I want to find out how he likes to go after him with his clients when he is bobber dogging. Okay. You mentioned long leader. You mentioned different ways that you can go after him based on conditions. So let's find out how Brandon likes to do that in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.